All right, welcome to the daily market analysis for 11 May. What we're going to do tonight is go over updates to the market since last night and also cover setups happening tonight going into tomorrow. First pair we're going to go over is going to be, let's go over NC first. I pushed this earlier. All right, make this smaller. All right, so looking at the daily time frame, still have that valid W, right? First leg, second leg. You see the second leg is still at the market baseline. It's just below it here. All right, we'll come down to the 4-hour time frame. A lot of consolidation, right? There's no real trend. A lot of hits to that low. I pushed out this signal this morning during the US session, right? It was more like here. Well, I'll go down in the 15 minutes so you can see. It was more like here, right? Which gave us the entry here. They came back down, retested, and back up to around where we entered at, and then back down to retest that low. So this is where we're currently at right here. I'll put the box here. All of this consolidation. All right, this is currently where we're at. Let me change the color of it to, what color should I make this? Let's do hot pink. There we go. That stands out. All right, all of this consolidation. What I'm expecting for them to do tonight is basically my bias is long. Right here we got yesterday's high and then yesterday's low. They're already retesting that. Right, they are a few pips. Here's that line, drops down right here. They are a few pips away from it. Right, and then this right here makes me, where is it at? Right here, this news. We have high news coming up in 24 minutes for the New Zealand dollar. So if this works in our favor, we are going to cash out. If they decide to extend the low, right, and bypass all this consolidation and grab more money down there, it'll hit our stop loss, and then the day will be a waste, right? But that's what stop losses are there for. Right now we're down 17 pips, but again, it's working that low. Expecting a stop hunt potentially, and then rise for the night. All right, moving on to UC. So looking at the weekly time frame, right, they've issued us a moon on the weekly time frame. TDI is outside of the bottom Bollinger Band and is now at the low level line. Right, this is what we like to see. They gave us a sun on the day time frame. Again, TDI is blown out of the bottom Bollinger Band and is at the low level line. Only thing that concerns me is this consolidation right here, right? You can see first leg, second leg, but it's more rounded than sharp, right? I don't like that personally. TDI is already at the market baseline, and price action is near the 13 EMA. So that tells me that they could continue to drop, right? Price action on the daytime frame is at the 5 EMA right now. They could pin that and continue down. So whenever I question the day and the week, right, and give me a clear setup, then I go to, or a clear bias, then I go to the month. Right, on the monthly time frame we have a moon, right? TDI is blown outside the Bollinger Band, the bottom Bollinger Band. So it's just a matter of time before they go long, right? We're patiently waiting on it. Just waiting for that second leg W on the 4-hour time frame to be a little more clear. Right, until then, we're going to stand by on it. So more to follow on that. Moving on to EJ. So on the daily time frame, we got first leg, second leg, right? They sent some wicks up to the top, but none of these candles have closed above this high. So we're looking good on that. First leg at the top Bollinger Band, second leg just shy of it. A little divergency there. Zoom out on the 4-hour time frame. So high is exceeded over here, right? Actually, yep, just a little bit. So now this is the first leg, and then we got second leg with the small W right above the 50 EMA. TDI is right below the market baseline. So I'm expecting them to come back up tonight, retest this area here. I'll drag that. We're no longer working over there. We are working here, right? This is our zone, our range for the reversal. Come down to the 13. All right, this is our range for the reversal. I have AFP here, right? This stands for away from peak. So once we have passed the ADR times 3, right, which is, if you look on the right side, ADR times 3 is 216. We are at 276. So once ADR times 3 is passed, then all these pushes become peaks, right? So this was a peak, and then this is a peak, and then this is the retest of the peak. So a drop here, right? All of this is considered the peak. This is first level, and then we have what we expect tonight to be another drop, right, away from peak, right? That is a AFP setup. So once they get back up here, they're already at the market baseline on the 1-hour time frame. Let's see if they continue to blow past that and come up to the top Bollinger Band. All right, so more to follow on that. AFP on EJ though. All right, moving on to CJ, the CAD yen. On the daytime frame, we have a sun, right? Some consolidation right here. You see TDI is right below the high level line, right? And they've been moving sideways a little bit here. So we'll go down to the 4-hour time frame. We got a head and shoulders pattern forming, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. TDI is on its way back up to the market baseline. This is where I foresee them stopping, right? I don't foresee them coming way back up here and letting those trap traders out, right? So this really isn't a strong shift. It's more so the same level, right? But it's given that AFP setup vibe. So if they don't come back way up here, then I'm assuming that they are going to come down and retest today's high. Again, I don't foresee them coming back up here because once they shifted the zone, they had money trapped up here, right? If they come back up, they're going to let them out. Thinking like a market maker, I don't foresee them doing that because they're not going to make any money. All right, so another AFP for CJ. So EJ and CJ both AFPs. Moving on to the New Zealand dollar again. So they're still working this high on the daytime frame, right? We'll go down to the 4-hour time frame. another peak, right? Retest, and then they have been shifting away right above this 50 EMA. TDI is already past the market baseline and is making its way towards the bottom Bollinger Band. This might actually be gone already. It looks like it. They've given us a huge W, right? First leg, second leg on the 1 hour time frame. TDI is on its way down to the bottom Bollinger Band now, and it's right above the 200. So they could potentially come back up, right? But I don't foresee that happening. Don't foresee that happening. Reason why we did not take this trade is because last night Nick pushed one out for GU, right? So I like that setup better than this one. So we just sat on the side, and we wouldn't have really cashed out anyways because we had first leg here, not really a clear second leg, right? So I didn't like this setup too much. Moving on to AJ. Pretty much the same thing on AJ as in NJ. They're still working that high here. Has not exceeded it on the day time frame. They've issued us a sun. TDI is at the top Bollinger Band now. On the 4 hour time frame, we have our first leg. They've come down to the 50 EMA, pinned it, issued us a star, and given us a small W. You can see it right here. You can see it even clearer here, right? But it's not towards the bottom Bollinger Band. It's more so towards the mid-level. It's not really a confirmation for them to come back up and retest, right? So not really sure on the 4 hour or the day. Move on to the weekly time frame. If we zoom in, we see that there's still some wiggle room between TDI and the top Bollinger Band. So this could come up, continue to rise right up here towards this 000 line, this big bold line right here, before reversing. But it is making its way back up to the top Bollinger Band and the high level line. All right, so could go either way. I guess we'll see how they behave once they get down to this low, whether they respect it or not, or if they exceed it and continue to drop, right? But again, on the 1 hour time frame, TDI is right here near the bottom Bollinger Band. All right, GC. On the day time frame, I really do not like this setup anymore. I'm just go ahead and remove that because it's like the second day I said I'm not going to cover it. I was hoping for a clear setup. We have better setups than that. Not going to cover that or that. All right, that is it for, let me just go ahead and remove these. NU, AU are gone for the week. We have better setups. All right, I'm going to pass it off to Nick so he can go over his pairs.
All right, guys, how you doing? All right, starting off with GU. All right, last night we took a trade. Started to go really strongly in our favor, and then they decided to go and grab some more money up here, right? So we took the trade in here, right in this area. Trade came down all the way about 25 pips almost in our favor, and then we got stopped out while we were asleep. They obviously extended the high a little bit, and then came back to correct into the day. So again, looking to take this short if they do decide to come back up and retest. Not super confident that they will right now, but it is possible. Its daily range is only 32, but they've shifted pretty strongly away from this peak already. A total of let's see here. It is a total of almost 40 pips that they've moved away from the peak. So we'll see what they decide to do. If we get an M formation out of the Asian into the London, we'll take it for sure. All right, moving on to GJ. This is one I've been mulling over for about an hour now on whether or not to push out. looking to take this short, right? So we've got a bunch of consolidation up here on the 4-hour chart. TDI popped outside of the Bollinger Band, hit the high level, is now back in. Moving into the 1-hour chart, right? Oh, excuse me. Let me retrace my steps here. I want to just point out we have a sun on the day, sun on the 4-hour chart, and a sun obviously down on the 1-hour chart. So yesterday, all they did was consolidate. They didn't do anything. There was absolutely nothing that happened. First leg is still valid. This trade, I am really contemplating looking at pushing it out here pretty soon and dropping a stop in somewhere up here above yesterday's high. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to push it out if we get another close below the 13 EMA, this red EMA on the 15-minute chart. So if we get another solid close below, I think I'll be pretty comfortable with it. Looking at the 1-hour chart, right? We'll just evaluate the TDI. Not too happy with where the TDI is, but I'm happy with where the Bollinger Bands are facing. They're facing down, helping to confirm that trend reversal. 15-minute chart, right? We have been bouncing off this market baseline pretty consistently. So that bodes very well. Also, you can see the Bollinger Bands starting to moving towards a downward fashion. Looking to take advantage of that. You got the macro, the economic calendar. Also, right, we got some news coming out. Nothing crazy. We got medium news coming out for the yen. And then there's something coming out for the pound later this evening. Here we go, right? Something for the pound. No major news events, but they could use that news to help influence the move. So we'll just be patient, see what happens here. All right, EG. Not a big fan of EG right now. We're gonna move down into the 4-hour chart, right? You've been consolidating pretty good from yesterday. Isn't as far down as I would like, even though we have a moon on the bottom end here. TDI is at the bottom Bollinger Band, but not a huge fan of just the way this formation's looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that for now. GN, I do like GN still. So 15-minute chart, right? This is really where we're going to see what's going on. Again, nothing from yesterday. Created just spiked the high a little bit, and they're already back up working that thing pretty good. So a lot of potential here. Let's look at the 1-hour and 4-hour charts real quick. So again, off this high. Actually, I'm going to delete this too. Upon a further evaluation, that 4-hour chart looks terrible, and we're going to get rid of it. I'm going to close that. So I only have two, GU and GJ. GU hoping to see, hope they have a reason to come back up and retest. We'll see what happens. GJ, a possible trade coming up here in the near future, depending on how they play this Asian session. It's been a really tight Asian session, especially for GJ. Usually it's not this tight. It's only has a range of 23. So it's kind of been interesting here. Usually it's a little bit higher.
News releases dropped. They extended that low, right? Go ahead and close NC negative 21 pips.
I'll push it out on the Discord.
I got it. Go ahead. Keep going, bro.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Actually, that kind of wraps me up. I just have the two pairs. That's really where I'm at right now. I like GJ more than I do GU at this current time, but we'll see what the market makers have in store for us. As with everything else, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out in the group chat or DM us. Otherwise, unless you have something else for them, we will see you tomorrow, 8:30 Central Standard Time. Have a good night.